Anthem on the track.
Yeah. Yeah. King shit. Yeah. Yeah. Look. I'm from the city where the bums rich. Skyscrapers block the rays when the sun hits. One time coming, niggas run quick. By the time a baby walk, he got a gun grip. I was made for this. 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 I'm not a product of the cages that they raised us in. Bred to be a king, I'm not a slave to this. I was made for this. I was made.
Peace, family. Welcome to another episode of Underground Railroad Productions. This your host, Brother Rich. I'm out here with Red Pill and some beautiful sisters in Harlem in front of the Apollo Theater.
Say hi, ladies.
Blessings. Hello.
Yeah. Just say, all of y'all say your name real quick.
Sister Samintra.
I'm Sister Mur. Sister Jazz. Peace and blessings, family. I'm a CSAT.
Okay. So, before we start, give that plug to that brother who made that hoodie, Red Pill.
Peace to my brother at Airtight Airbrush. The number 216-217-2450. The brother done laced us. You know what I mean? I think, Dr. Sabi, yeah. Salute, we got the Dr. Sabi. I love New York. Got the Red Pill.
Baba Sabi.
Yes. So he immortalized Baba Sabi, facts. You know what I mean?
We love you. We appreciate you.
Indeed. So support my brother at Airtight Airbrush family. He's doing good work for the family. I'm sure y'all seen the hoodie Young Pharaoh had, and you're also gonna see other brothers and sisters out there rocking these pieces. Salute to you. Yeah.
Make Balinga happen, okay? I will be one of those people who are a member. $10 a year. All of us can afford that. Please make Balinga happen. Please, Sama, anybody out there in Usha Village, we will support you and we love you all. Give thanks.
Bolinga, that's the Sabi initiative.
So I want to start the show out with, since I got 4 sisters out here, you know, a man usually has no idea what's going on in the mind. We try to figure out what's going on in the minds of a woman, but most of the time we wrong. So, some comments were made recently by Trick Daddy.
Legend.
And his Trick Daddy, he's a rapper. He's a rapper.
Trick Daddy Dollars.
So his comments in his video.
Kids back in the day.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, with Trina, okay.
Brother, go ahead.
So his video went viral. Pretty much he said that black women need to step their game up.
Okay.
Y'all becoming obsolete. Y'all becoming sister said, wow. Y'all becoming more and more undesirable because white women are looking better, Hispanic women are looking better. And
You see the response to some black women?
So what I want to address with y'all is that, you know, there's this ongoing feud I'm seeing online between the black man and the black woman, where there's this community of black men that despise black women and this community of black women that despise the black man. Why do you think, out of all the groups, black women are the most loyal to their race and to their man from their race? Chinese, Asian women, they skating on their man, and black men, we skating on our woman. Those are they on top as far as just abandoning,
They're abandoning skaters.
their woman and their mate. Why do you think people keep saying that black men are going to other races of women more than any other man out here? Why do you think black women, according to Trick Daddy and according to statistics, are not as desirable to black man as, you know, maybe a Hispanic woman may be to an Hispanic man?
I have 2 reasons to add to that. I feel like the stigma of the black woman being angry, I think that's one of the reasons that most black men feel like they have to go to a white woman, because white women are more submissive. 2, another reason why black men would love to go to someone outside of their race is because the hip-hop videos always focus on the white, Chinese, and anything other than black to make it seem like it's right. Let me tell you something, black women are beautiful all the way around, and if they can't see how beautiful they are based on because they see videos, then that's their problem. They should not make that a black woman's problem. That's their problem. We always love the cream of our crop of black men. So at the end of the day, they see the videos, images. You guys, most guys see another white man, another black guy with another white girl and think that's just love. That's not love. That's oiling the crop. You watering down what you think is right.
No doubt. Powerful. Anybody else want to add on to that?
So, hi, greetings everybody. What I think is some of our men, they're not proud, they're not in the know, and they don't respect themselves. They have self-hate. I was going to college, I was at Kingsborough, and a brother seen me in the summertime. I get really almond brown, and my hair, before I cut it, it was like thick and poofy, like Shaka Khan. So he just couldn't help to keep staring at me, and he's watching me, and I had a beautiful orange dress on. And he just didn't understand why he kept staring at me. I had no idea, okay, that this brother was the type of brother that, right? He sounded like he was from Trinidad or something like that, but he was the type of brother that he idolized the white female or the woman. I noticed that he was always, kissing our professor's, butt, and she was a white young woman. And then he was always putting or saying comments that put colored black women, us, down. And I was just like, what's going on with him? So that day, in front of the whole class, in front of the professor, but I noticed, like I said, when I sat down, I felt someone grilling me. I don't even use the word grill. He was grilling me. I turned, I looked, and he had a problem with me. And I realized it's a personal problem, because just like how we experience self-hate in high school, some of us are influenced by other friends to slap on sunblock, to straighten our hair, to get a washing set, okay? It's not straight enough, okay? We're not light enough. We don't want the sun to touch us, okay? This is what happens between girls and sisters, but also our men are going through the same thing, okay? They don't understand why they should love themselves more, and if they learn how to love themselves more, they can learn how to love their women more. And they can appreciate all that thick protein, okay, that's on their head. They can appreciate the beautiful melanin, that dark chocolate cocoa skin, okay? And then they can also appreciate other complexions, okay? Because we are not just the cream of the crop, okay? The light-skinned ones, yes, we are pretty, okay? It depends on the person as well. But brothers have to learn, okay, the science of the body. They have to learn the science of the black woman's body. It's an anatomy. It's a beautiful thing, okay? And us women have to learn how to appreciate a black man. And we have to understand and overstand their place, their value, okay? And once we start learning about each other, okay, we will go through some struggles. It's going to be ups and downs, but we will have respect for each other. We will have more love, bolinga, for each other. So we need to start healing, okay, so we could start connecting, okay? Conscious connections. Brother Jeff, peace.
Do you get offended?
My family, peace. My mate, I love you too. Yes, yes. I hope you healing, brother. Dr. Sabi.
No doubt. I wanted her to add on real quick.
Well, peace and blessings again, family. I appreciate all the knowledge that my sisters were spitting, and I agree fully with them. However, I feel like we cannot fail to remember that mother is humanity's first teachers. So I do feel as though, yes, we do see a lot of our black men, finding beauty in other skin tones and complexions and textures besides our own. But I have to say, sisters, we need to look at ourselves and see why that is. We are the ones who will break our neck, break our pockets to look more European. We are the ones who go out of our way to look more European, to have this idea that that's the idea of beauty. So you can't be mad when a man wants an actual white woman because you trying to look like a white woman. It's like if he wants the original, he gonna go for the original. So I'm saying all that to say, sisters, is that we need to set a higher standard. Yes, unfortunately, a lot of our brothers are asleep. Yes, unfortunately, a lot of our brothers are very ignorant to truth. And and real beauty and true beauty, absolutely. So it's really up to us to kind of reignite that. I myself, I have a son. I know many of you guys watching have children, and you have to start with that. You have to have knowledge of self, and you have to love yourself enough to be able to share that love amongst one another. And that's what we're really lacking, is knowledge of self and love. Once a woman is able to exude that, then I feel like that was the biggest, that will set the catalyst to allowing our brothers to really start to see what true beauty is, because true beauty is not just exterior. It's a mental, spiritual, and emotional connection, and we are the ones who have to be able to connect that.
One of the things Trick Daddy mentioned, one of the things Trick Daddy mentioned was the fact that black women, he was saying y'all getting these ass implants and titty implants for no reason.
He's trying to get us mad.
What's the
They was killing.
what's the reason why would, I'm trying to figure out the psychology of black women. It makes no sense what some black women are doing to me. When I think about the way you are shaped, it's artwork. It's like sacred geometry. Why would the women that have the most beautiful body on the face of the planet get even bigger asses and bigger, like, why, and lip injections? Why are you doing that if you already have a nice shape, a nice ass, nice whatever? Your body's already sacred geometry. Why do y'all overdo every fucking thing? Why do y'all over the eyelashes, the hair, all of that? Why are y'all overdoing it?
Because we swimming in the Kool-Aid of self-illusion.
Yes, talk about it. We feel like, and we think inside of our minds that we have to enhance and compete. It's a competition with all of these other races for our own men. And we see all these Caucasian women, all these Hispanic women, right, getting bigger breasts, getting bigger butts than us. So now we're thinking, instead of waiting until we have a baby and our hips spread out naturally, now we're thinking, Ashe, now we're thinking, she put on some baby weight, I can't wait till I get there. Now we're thinking, no, I need this now. We're not thinking about, okay, what's gonna happen by the time we get those butt injections. We're not gonna think what's gonna happen by the time that silicone enters our skin and poisons us. We're not thinking what's going on inside the breast when it's time to breastfeed and the colostrum is not reproducing correctly. What we're thinking about is we want to be praised now, okay? We're not thinking about being praised after when we birth our beautiful children, okay? So we have some things to work on, okay? We have some self-hate, and we have to work on loving ourselves, okay? It's all about beauty, and what is beauty? We need to define beauty.
Question. Where women are walking around dragging wagons on their backs now. You know, I mean, like, according to them, there's never big. There's never a big enough. Nothing is big enough. So how has that influence been affecting the impressionable minds of the viewership or the followers? Because remember, when people agree to be a follower, they down to do anything that the person that they're following is doing. So how has that affected the women, either subconsciously or even consciously? Because they coming out saying, I don't give a fuck. I'm doing this for whatever, for followers and stuff.
It makes us feel like we are not good enough. That's what it's doing to us. I feel like I'm not appreciated. I feel like when I look in the mirror, I could be better. And when we're with our mates, okay, and around brothers, we're thinking, do you see me? You know? So these are things that in high school I used to think about.
Because they scrolling, okay, while they with you. They on their Instagram scrolling.
Looking at the bust, looking at the next waistline. You know, so it is absolutely true. We're trying to figure out, right? Well, those of the sisters that are still thinking like this are trying to figure out if they are good enough, okay? And how can they make themselves better, okay? And is this what I need to do, okay, to attract a mate? No, that's not what you need to do to attract a mate, okay? You don't need that, okay? You can look beautiful, you can be intelligent, okay? And you could have a going on. Focus on your business more, okay? And everything else will come naturally. You will find and attract a natural mate, okay? Who's gonna love your body, okay?
Yeah. Anybody else
and your
wanna add
mind.
on? I want to hear from these sisters if they got anything to add on.
I agree with everything that was said so far from these sisters right now. I definitely agree, especially when you touch touch the fact that it begins at home, as mothers being the first teachers. Mothers are the first teachers. So the question starts to lie, I started to ask myself, am I angry with the man, or am I angry with the woman who has raised the man? Because all too often we continue to complain about, and it's not to bash any women. I'm a mother, and I don't have any sons, but I know that us as women, we continue to complain about the same situations, these same factors that are present with a lot of our black men. We have to recognize that this, there's a big difference in how we raise our daughters and how we raise our sons. So when sons are raised with a certain, I don't want to call it entitlement, or a certain feeling that they are to be catered to, we as women lose our value and compromise our comfort and compromise our dignity and our security and our esteem to make sure that we could comfort and console the man. So, and this is not about male bashing, I'm just talking about pulling my sisters up. So it's, as long as we recognize the divine balance between man and woman, then we should never be compromising ourselves more than so that another person could recognize our values. So we should never compromise our dignity or our comfort or security, our morale, our principle, in order to maintain or in order to acquire a mate. So it needs to be something that's added on to what we already have. It's not something that we should be seeking from someone else. Again, it starts with self. And when we're talking about it start with self, then the result of that would be dealing with the self, and then also making sure that we orchestrate that same type of behavior in our children, so that the young man is not walking around feeling like,
I'm looking at this image, this looks good.
He has to be pleased.
This don't look right.
He is going to be pleased by all means, that a woman is going to go to all extremities to please him, to pleasure him, to look good for him, to comfort him. And again, this is not about not wanting to please your man, but also recognize that you as a woman need to be pleased too. It's not about, not giving respect when it's due, but just recognizing that you want to be respected too. So that would be my main take on it, is that it goes back to us, individually, how we feel about ourselves and how we influence our children to see how they're supposed to treat their mates, their future mates, and how our daughters are supposed to treat themselves, in order to acquire or to, maintain that type of mateship. That would be my take on it.
Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. When you dealing with a beast that ain't got no damn soul, the only thing that they can focus on is the physical. So again, we still in this trap. We caught in the matrix. Like, why are we even having this conversation? We already know where all of this comes from. This is self-hatred. At this point right now, we shouldn't be talking about all of that. We should be talking about how we can go about uplifting and liberating one another. We already know. I mean, this is just, yes, new age technology. We got the fake boobs, the fake butt. But this has been going on for decades. Starting from what? The perm. Light skin versus dark skin. The light skin women are always considered more desirable. This is the bleaching of the skin. This has been going on for a very long time. This is nothing new. So I believe that what we need to do, it starts with self. And us as women, family, we need to wake the fuck up. At the end of the day, we all know beauty is skin deep. And I don't give a damn how much money you pay for them fake ass breasts. At the end of the day, the shit is going to go south. Gravity's going to take over everything. So why are we constantly focused on shit that's not important? And then at the end of the day, when you are stuck with a woman, you end up having children with her. Now you're sitting here like, damn, I wish I would have knew her before. I wish I would have known this. I wish I would have known that. We as women need to start empowering ourselves, and we need to start telling one another how beautiful we are. Look at all these sisters. We are completely different and natural in our own way, and each one of these women is beautiful. I'll walk down the street right now and bag anybody. It ain't got nothing to do with fake butt, fake breast, fake butt, or whatever. It's all about your spirituality, because that shit exudes beyond all constructs of physical beauty. So we gotta wake the fuck up. You need to be who you are. Be who you are and be proud of that. Stop allowing these fucking white people to tell you that you're not good enough. And because of the fact that you are humanity's first teacher, if you start believing that you're not beautiful, then guess what? The men are gonna believe that you're not beautiful. So you have to wake up and start seeing that you are beautiful in your own way. You have been designed perfectly. You are imperfectly perfect, if that makes sense. Okay, so we need to really start embracing one another. We really need to start supporting one another and building each other up, because you know what? Let a man go to a woman who finds a chick with a big butt, big boobs. Let him go there, because you know what? That's taking away a lot of drama and unnecessary bullshit out of my life. Why would I want a man who sits there and focuses on the physical beauty anyway? You are a woman. You want to, I mean, I know all women want to be loved, desired, protected by their man. For what? To procreate. So why the hell would you want to even deal with a nigga who thinks that that's your value of beauty, and then you go ahead and have children with him? It's like, come on, women, we gotta wake up, sisters. Seriously, you have to be proud in who you are, and you have to own it. And once you start owning it, guess what? These men are gonna automatically follow suit.
What you say is really
Well, I want to say it is an honor to be here with my sisters. All four of y'all are definitely beautiful, and we need y'all to come out a little more often. Hopefully, y'all could be coming out damn near every Saturday with us, because the sisters are not there, and we've been looking for our sisters for a long time. So let me ask you this: are we really ready for freedom? You, Symmetra, and I'm speaking for all of y'all. You see a strong black man, and he already have a family, but he's looking at the next woman, and the sister that he's with is saying, well, there go one right there. I think we need to introduce her into the family as well. Where are my sisters at when it comes to polygyny? See, polygyny is not all about, it's not all about, hold on, it's not all about sex. We know that. It's about building, there you go. See, you know that. It's about building a strong family setting. So where are you when it comes to polygyny? If you had a black man who can take care of you, who can take care of the women in your role as a woman, yes, I want to know where you at.
Where you at? Oh no, yeah.
All of y'all.
Okay, to be honest, the generation of us young women, we do have to prepare our daughters, because I am aware of the ratio of men to women. I see it. I feel it. It's a constant fight, battle, competition. However, if my mate and I are well off, okay? I'm an Aquarius. I'm a humanitarian. I said if my mate can financially take care of me, have an extra house for myself, a car for him, a car for me, or no. When I say my mate, I mean we can afford a house for me, a house for him, a car. And he can also be responsible. He can respond to his abilities, okay? As alpha male, and take, I'm just gonna say, or include another female. I would be open to it, okay? I would be open to it, okay? Emotionally, sisters have to bond first, okay? The love between sisters, it's a sistership. I cannot want to see my sister doing so bad. I don't want to see her down there. I want to see her up here with me walking, because the two of us or the three of us, we gonna have our men right in the middle, okay? Okay? All right? And with that being said, it is a business. Family is a business, okay? And it's a contract. What can you bring to the table? What can I offer you, sis? Because what I have, to be honest, I want you to have. Okay? I don't want to be the only one with a house and a car, okay? Because that's when the fighting comes in, or that's when the plotting or the deceiving comes in. Other women will start trying to troll you and your family and your mate. It has happened so many times, especially on these TV shows. So we want women that are uplifted. We want women who feel secure, okay? We want to make sure that the women and children are taken care of first, okay? And that's what I have to say.
Let me see the sister right here. I would like to hear her take it.
I will let my girl Cece handle that. She's
Go
very
ahead.
Well, you know, I'm a very selfish person when it comes to my man.
My mother too. It's okay.
So therefore, you know what? I love my man all to myself. What I'm saying is, at the end of the day, should be the communications that you have between the man and the female in regards to what is the expectations of her and what is the expectations of him. And therefore, if you guys can't agree on that in that same circle of what you guys are expecting of each other, then you need to move forward and move on, because we waste each other's time because those are not communications that you guys don't have. Communication is key. You can't build nothing without communication.
Those discussions need
Okay? These are and at the end of the day, we need to expect what we need to expect from our men, and they should have that same in return.
Yes.
And if we have that in communication, then I think we can all negotiate, compromise. And if you can't do that, then you need to just move forward. We waste too much each other's time in regards to what I think and assume of what he's going to do for me, and the same thing for a female.
Question, is it an actual statistical fact that globally there are more women than men?
Sisters than brothers.
Okay. Okay. So with that being said, I will be honest, I don't feel like at this point in my evolution that I'm ready to share my mate with anyone. But however, I don't shun the idea. But I do believe a lot of work needs to be done before we even have that conversation. There's so many other issues that need to be addressed in order for us to be at a state as a nation where we can introduce that and it's understood. I feel like we still have so many issues that we need to deal with before we can even start bringing that on. And I honestly don't appreciate when a man brings that up, because it sounds to me as if you're trying to have your cake and eat it too. It should be a woman who is confident and comfortable enough to bring that kind of conversation up. So for me, I feel like there's so many other things that we need to focus on now as a people before we start talking about polygamy and things of that nature, because so many of our people are not lifted spiritually to the point where they can actually understand the benefits and the responsibility of being in that type of a relationship. And in my opinion, in the current state of mind that we as a people are in right now, something like that would just create more harm than good. So I do feel as though right now we need to, brace ourselves and take it one step at a time.
I want to add on to I want to add on. I want to add on to Sonetta's question. Hold up, sis. Hold up. Let me act. Damn, she hype. She want a guy. I want to add on to what this question Sonetta just asked, and the thing that continuously gets brought up when polygamy gets discussed, and that is that men outnumber women, or that, we're the sun and the other planets in your orbit around us. People have different ways of saying the same thing. I have a theory, and I want to know if y'all agree with me or not. From a man perspective, and watching how women maneuver, me being in a faithful relationship for 11 years, yes, indeed. Actually, this brother right here introduced me to my queen, so I wanna, yeah, that's facts. Yeah, in 2005 he did. But with me being very observant, I'm a listener, that's why I'm behind the scenes asking the questions. I think that black women are absolutely horrible at picking men. I think that it ain't about the ratio, because this is what I will say. Check, because everybody say the ratio shit, right? If there was 100 men and there was 100 women, and there was one man for every woman, Red Pill was one of them men, 80 of those 100 women gonna want Red Pill because of his stature, because of his fame, because of whatever reason, his success. So it's like, y'all want the same nigga. It's not that there's not enough niggas. Y'all want it's like y'all want what the other women want. So it's like this competition thing, because we got this thing with his mad brothers like, yo, I got a good job, but they think I'm boring. I'm a sanitation worker, or I'm this, or I'm that. I'm not excited enough for a black woman. Y'all want the excited niggas. Red Pill's on the camera. Sonetta's on the camera. Y'all want these excited niggas. So the niggas that work for, I don't want to keep saying nigga, but the brothers that work for sanitation, the brothers that are school teachers, the brothers that got the brothers. No, y'all need to cut that shit out. The brothers that got these average jobs, in these average lives, they continuously, and I see it day after day, get overlooked by women. Why is that?
Let me just say, it sounds to me that the same issues we have in regards to our beauty and what feels good to you to make us enhanced for you to look at us is the same issue that you have. So we have
Good point, good
this is
point.
where we are, where you need to have communication, and instead of just looking at the outside, we need to look at what's the beauty of the mind.
Right.
And therefore, we won't have the issue of having the same, fighting for the same person, because we will find someone that's equally yoked. So at the end of the day, we all have the same issue. So therefore, how can we fix that?
Yeah, we do.
How can we train ourselves to not look at the outside? Because at the end of the day, you could look all good outside, but the inside, you could be all dirty and filth. So it is. But it's all about the beauty of the mind and knowing who you are inside and what the type of man you want.
Is it just as acceptable for a sister to have several mates? Just like a brother may want to have several mates, what would be, the standpoint, or what would be the problem with a sister having several mates as well?
And not being called a dog behind it, or slut,
Or a hoe.
or
Or she hoe tapping.
Yeah, because I know a lot of men that have many baby mothers and, many mates across the globe. They may not necessarily treat every single one of them the same, and they may not spend as much time with each and every one of their children. But you have mothers who have many mates and have mated with several different men, but they take care of all of their children. So shouldn't a sister be entitled to having, a select, if you want to, I mean, I just want to know what would be the problem with a woman having different mates?
Well, what I'm hearing
Y'all handle that.
from a scientific perspective, they're saying out there.
Then because I don't mind.
Yeah,
I don't mind, a man having different women as long as he understands. And I wouldn't mind. I'll bring my mates. And, y'all could build together. Y'all could go to get falafels together. Y'all could play chess together. You know what I'm saying? As long as you know that sometimes I'll be with him.
I think
when
that's
you be
just
with her.
I think that's a scapegoat and a way out.
Well,
That's what I think.
I'm just
but check
asking
this
the
out. But let me
question.
say this real quick. That is a scapegoat. Let's look at this for example.
No.
You have a
I don't
sister.
mind sharing my man.
Hold on for 1 minute. You have a sister. Her man is
us
doing
share
time in
it
jail,
anyway.
and there's a lot of that. But there's a lot of this going on.
Out in the open.
Hold on for a minute. There's a lot of this going on. The men is locked up in jail, some of them doing life, some of them doing 20 years. Meanwhile, there's little babies being born, being raised without a man in the house. Are you going to be that selfish and say, well, you know what? I don't want you raising that kid right there. Or are you going to say, well, you know what? Our nation, because it takes a nation to raise the youth, to raise the baby. Are you going to be open to that and say, well, you know what? Let me welcome this sister into our family and let's build this nation. Let's build up this kid.
I would love a wife-in-law. If she could cook, and you know what I'm saying, she gonna help clean, and maybe she could watch the kids while I go out with my other mate, then that's all good. I love sisterhood. You know what I'm saying? I'm a sacred woman. You know what I'm saying? Nupu enter hemet all day. You know what I'm saying? So if I have a sister that was on that level and me and her could agree and we bond and we cool, not no funny business, and she there for me, she there for my seeds, I'm there for her seeds, you know what I'm saying? And our seeds come from the same man, maybe not. I don't have a problem with co-wife or co-parenting with them, but just know that me being the person that I am, you know what I'm saying, I ain't so willing to compromise my comfort all the time, but I may possibly sometimes every now and then, I want to get me another man on the side too sometimes.
Can I ask a question? Because you, both of you sisters,
we attracted to different people for different things,
both of you sisters are sacred women, correct? For the family that may not be aware, the sacred women are the sisters that Queen of Four are responsible for refining and uplifting. And there is a movement. There was actually a graduation that took place today.
No, reception.
A reception.
Reunion,
What is
Sacred reunion.
a sacred
It's
reunion?
a sistership.
What is Queen of Four's sacred woman? What is their stance towards polygyny, or multiple men for the women? Scientifically, what does our sister, what's our sister Jewel Pulchrum, and also what does Queen of Four say about the sacred womb and multiple men or multiple phalluses entering the womb at the same time?
I ain't say at the same time.
Not the
It
same
didn't
time.
have
I'm
to be
saying
at the same exact time.
we ain't talking about a gangbang. We're not talking about that. We're talking about what does Jewel Pulchrum and Queen of Four, based off of the books, based off of her teachings, what is her teaching about one woman being with multiple men in a relationship?
There's going to be a lot of energy transferring and a lot of fluids transferring.
Absolutely and true.
Okay,
indeed.
and with women as well. Men are going to be pulling from their phallus fluids and liquids and that energy from that womb, and they're going to be inserting it into another womb. So, regardless of a woman, okay, opening up her womb, okay, it's going to be fluids transferring, energy transferring. Men, same thing.
And
but
I think
Queen
men get energy
does not
transferred
push
onto them
on
too.
polygamous relationship onto anyone.
Right.
Queen is accepting, okay, the fact that some of our generations want to practice that lifestyle. Okay.
Indeed.
I know that they must speak highly against it. However, this was the question: what would be the problem? Besides that, I have desires too, you know, and if I want to be with different men, then I'm gonna be with different men.
Keep bringing that up.
No, I mean, I'm realistically, this is it. This is what it is. I don't co-sign anybody else. I'm just talking from where I feel, where my standpoint is. If I'm gonna be in a monogamous relationship, great. If I'm gonna be in a relationship where there's different sisters involved, again, realistically, we are all attracted to different things, and different things sometimes people serve different purposes for us. So every relationship doesn't necessarily have to be a sexual one, you know. It doesn't necessarily have to be a sexual one. However, if I'm gonna be sharing, you know, as you said, quote unquote share, I'm not talking about fluids, sharing my mate with another sister so that he could help her, you know, comfort her and fulfill her needs. If he can't do that for me also at the same time, you know, then why wouldn't I want to go and seek some comfort from somebody else?
That's a great point, sis. I definitely appreciate the honesty.
So
Definitely appreciate the honesty.
Shout outs to the women who are very, very loyal and who are willing to deal or willing to sacrifice again and compromise themselves to deal with situations like that. And you know, I have no problem with it. But Sister Mur, on the other hand, I likes many, you know what I'm saying, and you know, I check mates. I'm a queen, you know what I'm saying? I check mates.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Hey, you know what's one thing? You know what's one thing I always heard since I was young? Whenever I talk to a sister, one of the main things you'll hear is she'll say that, oh, I don't fuck with females. I don't have no female friends. I only have male friends. In my mind, I'm like, I always say, what is it about women that every time I meet a woman, she'll say, oh, I ain't got no female friends, man. Fuck having female friends. What is it about y'all that y'all just can't seem to bond with each other?
I wouldn't say that we have an issue bonding. I know for myself, because I'm one of those as well. I know for a very long time, I did not have a lot of female friends. And the reason why is because I believe that us women don't realize how powerful our energies are. I'm the kind of person who a female would hurt me 10 times more than any man could ever.
How?
The things that a woman says, the things that a woman does, we are very powerful entities, and many of us don't realize it. So a lot of the things that we say and a lot of things that we do are beyond hurtful and damaging. So for me, I did choose to kind of take a step back because of that. However, with that being said, at the end of the day, it's our responsibility as fellow women who do have a higher sense of understanding to bring these women into the light, because so many of us have been taught by society that we play a certain role or we possess but so much power, and that's not true. So with that being said, I don't think that we have an issue bonding. It's just the fact that the energies are very toxic at times, but in the same breath, when you have come into knowledge and you are enlightened, that's kind of the what's the anti-drug? That's the kind of the remedy to that. So with that knowledge, it's up to us now to go back to those same women and to kind of uplift them and recorrect, you know, the direction in which that energy is being brought into. And once we do that, I have found for myself that I've had long life friends that I don't even refer to as friends but as sisters. So that's kind of my response to that question.
That respect. You have to
Can I add on real quick? Now, what Rich was saying is very, you know, the whole thing about women claiming that they don't necessarily get along with each other. I recall hearing that a lot in my earlier years when I was going through relationships with the sisters that I was with.
It's because of the man.
Hold on, sis. Later on, though, down the line, what I began to notice is that not only were women getting along with each other, but women were becoming mates with each other. And hold on. I know, but we're gonna get into this.
I'm not into that.
The rise of lesbianism in the black community, which was something that was very prevalent in the Latin community after it was introduced by the European pilgrim community. It's becoming very alarming. And when I step back, like just now we had what is known as an AG walk by, an aggressive, which would be a female who's taking on the attributes of a masculine entity. So I'm looking at this, and when we hearing the dialogue from some of our sisters who are going this way, they're saying F men, you know, I don't want to be vulgar. They hate men. There's a hatred for the man, the male principle. And then they're going along and they're getting with women who are exhuming male principles. So when I look at this, I say, wait, so you hate men because of what the male principle represents, but you're getting with a woman or a sister who is role playing she's cosplaying a same plane. And then I was privy recently to be a fly on the wall and to see how the two play out.
And it be domestic violence.
I was just about to say, hold on.
Molestation.
I was about to say, as the fly on the wall, I saw the aggressive become more aggressive than what a man necessarily is with his mate. I was like, wait a minute, this is some sick shit. Because the AG was cursing her out, she backsmacked her, you understand? And she was talking down to her like she was a man. She told her to suck her phallus.
Wow. Right. They talk like this. And
So, no, they do have a phallus. They have strap-ons. Longer. Okay, they have phalluses that are battery operated, meaning that it went past latex. The shit could get hard now. So what is the psychosis that is taking place amongst our sisters? I'm talking about, I've been to Atlanta recently. I was in Houston. I was in New York. I've traveled. This shit is a wave.
It's the conscious ones too. It's
And
not just, you know.
So we have a wave inside of our community, outside of our community, where the new polygamy is this. The new sister wife concept is this. We gonna get together to raise these babies with this nigga right here, but when he's asleep,
oh hell no,
or when he can't provide that you know, when he can't provide that good stroking, or when he can't fulfill us mentally and emotionally, we're gonna fall in love with each other. We're gonna rely on each other.
That's why you gotta go and look for the next brother. Like I said, the polyandry. That's gonna avoid all that lesbianism.
So
I'm saying we're gonna avoid all that lesbianism. And like I said, I believe in sisterhood and I love my sisters. And I see attractive women and I see beautiful women, but I don't, you know, when it comes to homosexuality, that's a whole nother demonic level. So that's why you got to do like Sister Murray. If you in a situation like that, then you go on to the next brother. And yeah, I'm not saying be a jump off and sleeping around with everybody, you know, just walking around, you know, I'm not condoning promiscuity. I'm just saying that a lot of companionship goes a long way. Security goes a long way. Affection goes a long way. And sometimes when our mate not there to give it to us, you know, then we should be able to, if we're going to allow men to have other women, then why shouldn't women be allowed to have other men? And I understand, you know, the whole views on, you know, fluid sharing, sis, and, you know, other men's entering the wombs and stuff like that, you know, but that goes with everything, you know, I think that goes for everybody. That goes to too much of anything, it ain't going to be good. So that will go with anything. So, of course, you want to be selective of who you want to allow into your inner intimate core, you're gonna be very selective with that. I want to say another thing about beauty. We talk about beauty and how we shouldn't look at each other and judge people how we look. It's easier said than done. I think that because I like what I like, and I want it to be appealing to me. Visually, I want it to be appealing to me. So what I started to do is like try to imagine myself, God forbid, without sight. And because our sight is so precious, and it could be taken away from us anytime. And could you imagine that all you could do is go by voice, or go by how somebody made you feel, or how you touch? So like, if we could close our eyes sometimes and just try to feel somebody without looking at them, how would they look? Because it goes both ways. Because what if we couldn't see, right? God forbid, say sight is so precious. Like I said, it could be taken at any second. Sight could be taken from you. And then on the flip side of it is that person that looks so good to you, in a split second could get badly deformed, or in any accident or any situation where they don't look as good to you anymore. So we got to realize just just how minuscule looks really are. Is it about how somebody looks? Because a lot of times looks could fade too. So what if so?
I wanted to address the question earlier when you had grabbed the mic. I was talking about.
Oh no, I'd rather go back into this topic because she was making such a strong point in regards to.
So the beauty. Is like I said, is definitely within, and it's very, very hard. Because I tell my children, I say, look, don't say ugly. You know what I'm saying? Because the way that you're going to look is already depicted before your mother gives birth to you. You know what I'm saying? We are not even in charge. We can't even control the way that we look. So we're going to penalize somebody else for looking like something that we don't really there's some things that you don't really think is attractive. I think we are all entitled to looking at somebody and say, well, I think this person looks better than another person. But let's not use that as a basis to judge them or to mistreat them. Because we can't control how our children going to look. We can't control how we going to look. It's just already something that the Most High is already planned, destined for us.
Or we don't remember how to control our DNA.
Anybody want
Uncle
to touch
Taharka,
on
clean the floor.
the question was asked?
So ain't nothing ugly. Let's not use the word ugly. You know what I'm saying? Some people might be a little bit more visually appealing to you than something else. But there's nobody ugly.
To close it out, sisters, and I definitely appreciate each one of your time. It was such a magnificent conversation with y'all. Give some advice. What advice would you have to brothers out there? Brothers who may think like Trick Daddy, or brothers who may be on they fuck the black woman shit. Y'all got us on child support. Y'all fucking us over. What? Yeah, right. But we're trying to, that's who we're trying to address here, to let them know that it's not about that. What advice would you have for those brothers and those sisters who may be hurt by those brothers that think like that?
Well, I'm gonna say, like I say about the beast, you gotta ignore them. I feel as though in the state that we as a people are, we have to put all that shit to the back burner, because again, it starts with the sisters, and it starts with the sisters empowering themselves mentally and spiritually. And I feel like once we as sisters are able to empower one another and strengthen one another on that level, men have no other choice but to follow suit. So quite frankly, I really don't give a damn about what Trick Daddy says. I don't really give a fuck about none of that shit, because it's not important. What's important is empowering women enough to know not to fall into that trap. We as women, real talk, we have to stop being so thirsty. I feel like we naturally want love. We naturally want to be nurtured and protected and all those things. Be with the man, period. But sometimes you cannot allow that desire to blind the shit that's right in front of your face. A lot of us end up dealing with men who we knew from the very beginning was no good. But now we got a mentality in our head that we gon' change him. I'm different, so fuck all that shit. You need to work on your goddamn self. And once you start to really, really shut out the world, you start shutting out media, you start shutting out negative friends, negative influences, and you really start to look within and start to reflect and start to be really honest with yourself, naturally things start to just fall into place. You start to see people for who they are, not just men, but also certain women who are not ready to receive that type of elevation. So in my mind, I'm going to continue bringing it back to the women. We are humanity's creator and first teacher. So we are the ones who need to set that example. And once we sit there and say, you know what, fuck that. I'm not settling for shit, because you don't have to. You queen, you don't have to settle for a damn thing. All you have to do is focus on yourself and get your shit together, and everything falls into place. Okay, that's just my personal opinion.
And teach your sons to respect women.
Absolutely, yes.
Let our sons. Let our sons. I got comfortable. Let our sons.
See a picture of a black woman every day. Okay.
I think also our sons need to be held. We have to give our sons a lot more responsibility as children. Yes. I think that when they grow up, again, I'm going back to the household, feeling like a woman's job is to just cater to them and make things good for them and comfortable for them. That's when we have people with the mindset of a trick daddy. When we got niggas like feel like a woman's job is to basically make him feel good. That's when we have these situations like that. When we teach our daughters that she's secondary to her brother, that she has things that she got to learn how to do, when the little boy don't got to learn how to do those things. When we teach our sons that they not supposed to cry, they ain't supposed to act like little bitches or little girls. When we teach our boys that they supposed to suppress their feelings, then we want to know why they so hard and desensitized to the woman. Why are they so? Why? I'm not saying I want no crybaby nigga. I don't like no crying ass nigga, but I want a man in touch with his emotions. I want a man in touch with and being sensitive at times. I don't want no crybaby daughters. I don't like no crybabies. But what I'm saying is, when we teach our sons that they are not supposed to show emotion, not supposed to show feeling, that the primary reason for a woman's existence is for her to take care of him. Because let me tell you, when a man gets put out his house or he leaves his woman, where he go to? The next woman to take care of him. Whether it's his sister, his mother, or the next bitch up the block, somebody gonna take care of him. All right. So what we have to start teaching our daughters is that not this is how you're supposed to do to keep your man. Let's teach our daughters this is what we're supposed to do to keep ourselves first. Okay. How we take care of ourselves, how we make ourselves sufficient and efficient. Okay. So, and again, this is not against the balance of man and woman, because man and woman in relationship is the most beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying? The most divine thing is to have that balance and have that relationship. But when we teach our young brothers that they are not allowed to cry and they're not allowed to show feelings, then we want to know why they're so desensitized to us when they're older. Then we want to know why it becomes repressed anger and they want to go upside your head for any little thing. They don't know how to express themselves. Think about you. I want the mamas to think about all them times you told him don't cry. Okay? I want our daughters, when you see our daughters being abused and mistreated by their mates and you want to know why, think about all the times that you told her she had to go do this, that, and the third while her little brother or her big brother was out there, wasn't doing nothing, had chicken bones on the plate, and you made her go get his plate, and she got to wash it, and then she got to go to the laundry, and she got to make sure food is cooked, and she got to iron, and she got to do this, but the boy could do this. So this is where all the imbalance is coming from. So again, it's not whether I'm mad at the black man. Sometimes I'm mad at the black woman who's raising that man.
Hey, sister, real quick.
Just to piggyback on what she was saying. Oh, my bad. Just a veggie bag. You right, though. That's a good point. I just learned something new today. That's awesome. Thank you. Just to go back to what you just stated, you're absolutely right. But I also feel as though, yes, there is a balance. And I do feel as though there's nothing wrong with teaching a female or your daughter certain roles in order to make a man feel appreciated. However, just like you said, there's a balance. You also have to balance him out on his masculine aspect as well. So it shouldn't just be, okay, well, the female got to wash, cook, this, that, and the third, or whatever. That you need to start talking to him. That too.
He needs to sew a button. He needs to take out his own cornrows.
Right, but he also needs to know how to protect. He also needs to know how to provide. He also needs to know how to all those things as well.
And my hair texture is different from my older brothers. They learn how to do the laundry.
Don't make your daughter wash the ring around the tub.
But that's not what I'm saying. 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 What I'm saying is, as much as women have roles to make a man feel appreciated, men also have roles that they need to play to make a woman feel appreciated. So if you are in a household where, you as women feel like your daughter should learn how to do A, B, C, and D, then you got to be teaching your son how to do E, F, G, and H.
He needs to wash his drawers too.
He needs to be able to do something. There should be a balance. There should be a balance in in the household, period. And unfortunately, right now, it doesn't appear that there is. So even if you do have a household where you do feel like a woman should have more traditional roles, okay, then that means that you need to have that boy out there on some militant shit, figuring out how to make money and doing things that a man is supposed to do. That needs to be talked about as well. Everything is not all about domestication.
Well, I think that a young man needs to know, I think as if we have young sons and we don't teach them how to do things, we are basically teaching them to be reliant on women for those things. And in any survival skills you want to let your young man, he have to know how to cook. He should know how to fend for himself, how to clean, his hygiene. He needs to know how to do all of that and not just go to the next woman for her to do it for him. So that's all. Just, you know, definitely balance. We're gonna keep it ma'at.
Keep it ma'at. That's right.
I want to end on this note in 4 words, because this has come up very often in conversations that the brotherhood has been having, where the brothers don't have a definitive answer to what our conscious, awoke, you know, sisters are looking for in a mate. So can you briefly, in 3 or 4 words, while we close this out, and before we do close out, I want to say love and light. I love each one of you sisters. I'm sure that the family out here is going to respect and appreciate the information and the knowledge that you've shared with us. I'm looking for a part 2. Okay? Yeah, she was the 6. She came off the bench. It was hitting 3-pointers. Hold on. Hold on real quick. Yes, no doubt. Say that.
Monogamous relationships need to successfully, okay, be established before we can ever have the discussion of a polygamous relationship. So how about we work on that first, okay? Give thanks.
So we're gonna go out. We want at least 3 or 4 traits that each one of you are looking for in a mate. Why do I ask that? Because the same way that our brothers get inspired by those videos, those vixen models and world star, whatever, and they develop concept of what they think that they have to become to cater to you, is the same way that our conscious brothers are sitting back waiting to hear what it is that y'all want as the first teachers. Please.
My first one would be communication, love, and respect.
I want a man that takes care of his children, and loves, you know, respects women and children. I want a man who takes his health seriously, and I would want a man that can be financially stable and could keep me secure.
He's willing to learn.
Oh yeah, you want a man that is not one way thinking and not too thick in their head, that they not open to new ideas, and have some type of dialogue. Give thanks.
Yes, family. The one thing that I look for in a black man is education. And when I say education, not that European whitewashed bullshit. I'm talking about spiritual education. I believe that if a man is spiritually balanced, that all the things that my sisters here are mentioning falls into place, because that's the way I live my life. With me having spirituality being first and foremost, everything else falls into place, whether it be finances, health, you know, household matters, all of those things. So I just urge my brothers out there to really look within and really develop a knowledge of self first and foremost, and then after that we can, you know, have another conversation. So thank you, family. We really appreciate it. We love you guys. Oh, I'm sorry, hold on for sister.
Thank you, sis. I want a man who is able to enhance me as well as enhance himself. I want a man who's into alkaline foods. I want a man who's into his finances, okay? Because we are both going to be, okay, working on acquiring a store, some property, some land, and then we have to give it to our kids, our children. Thank you. So thank you, our children. And also, I want a man who's interested in investing back into our people and our youth. And of course, someone that is affectionate and loving. Respect.
Notice, family, nobody talked about sex, okay, or penis length. Oh shit!
Good energy. You gotta be able to get some good sex. You can't. I mean, like, then that's why I'm gonna end up going to the next brother for the sex.
83, getting it up.
Listen, if he can't get a good sex, then you gotta definitely go and say. That's just that different people provide different things for you. You got that one brother that might be compassionate. You got that one brother you might even be in love with his intelligence, and then you might got that other brother that you really attracted to him because you know he put in the work. You know what I'm saying? So if you could get all of that in one, then it's good. If not, then polyandry, sisters, polyandry.
Just listen. Learn your woman. Learning woman, learn it. You know they say it's not the size of the emotion. I'm just saying every female's different. Every female's different.
Wait, say that again?
Once you learn how to hit pressure points, medium, large, it feels amazing. You know what you're doing. Dr. Sabi.
All right. Part 2, we're going to deal with that more. We're going to deal with swirling. And we're going to get back on some of that talk about some of the Romanistic European, the Roman antics. Roman antics and some of this European toxicity that is on top of the brains of not only our sisters, but our brothers. But we committed a sacred act tonight. We healed, okay? We did some healing. Some healing took place on a global scale. And like I said, I just want to say that I love each one of you. Thank you so much. And we look forward to continuing this conversation. And we want this to grow. Yes.
All right. You too, my brother. Thank you. Love.
Come and get some love, Rich. Stop playing.
This is how real consciousness do it.
And this is how we're going to build communities. This is nation building.
You're beautiful too.
We don't all think the same. We don't all feel the same way. That's right.
Peace, family. This is Brother Rich from UGR, urging all my viewers and subscribers to help support the channel by donating just $1 to the UGR PayPal account. We appreciate the viewership and support, and we understand the power of $1. If you benefit in any way, shape, or form, we ask that you donate $1, whether it be monthly, bi-monthly, quarterly, or yearly, so that we can build our brand to compete with the NBCs, the MTVs, and the Foxes of the world. I figure since Kanye could ask Mark Zuckerberg for $1 billion, I can ask my subscribers to donate $1 so I can make the best possible content possible. The main objective of this channel is to inspire you to become the greatest version of yourself. So hopefully throughout the years of you watching this program, you have been inspired to become the greatest version of yourself. If you would like to donate, you could go to www.paypal.com and send a donation to richandmerit7@yahoo.com. Thank you.
Anthem on the track. Yeah. King shit. Yeah, look. I'm from the city where the bums rich. Skyscrapers block the rays when the sun hits. One time coming, niggas run quick. By the time a baby walk, he got a gun grip. I was made for this. 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 I'm not a product of the cages that they raised us in. Bred to be a king, I'm not a slave to this. I was made for this.